I'm John Rubel, partner at Moore Rubel Udell, and I just want to say how excited I am to be part of this 15-year celebration of the opening of the Santa Monica Main Library. It's a project and a place that's really near and dear to our hearts, in part because we've called Santa Monica our professional home for much of the last 40 years now, and we've had just the incredible privilege of doing so many architecture and planning and design projects throughout the city. We really think of it as our town. And I can say with certainty that now and in the future, the library is absolutely the jewel in the crown of all those many achievements. Um, when we first started working on the project all those years ago, there were several major inspirations, I think, that led to the design we have. And the first was simply how beloved the library is as an institution in the city. That came through to us very clearly in the different kinds of public meetings, Friends of the Library meetings, staff work sessions, and here you see Greg Mullen in our courtyard working on some interior details with us. You know, that sense of what this library meant to the people in Santa Monica was hugely inspiring. And the sophisticated feedback we got from the city council, planning commission, the design review board, these all led to an image or a vision of the library as a vibrant place, light filled with light and with a very, very strong connection to the urban environment around it. And that urban environment, of course, was itself one of the major inspirations. The scale of downtown, the great procession of Santa Monica Boulevard as it moves towards Palisades Park and the beach. The library has a wonderful position in that hierarchy of the city of public places and public buildings. The climate and the environment, hugely inspirational. The way Santa Monica and its climate encourages that free flow of living inside and outside. And you can see that in the building when you come in the main entrance and those big corner doors are open and you flow right out into the courtyard. That sets the tone for a relaxed place where you're free to move and free to enjoy and discover all the many things the library has to offer. As an urban building, it is remarkable in a way that it's such a composition of building and landscape. And the courtyard, the central courtyard, is the strongest example of that. And it is, in my mind, the way the design fulfills the original motto of the project, which was the living room of the city. And you can see here, I think, how the delightful design of landscape by Pamela Burton and Company and the public art piece by Carl Chang, Under the Sea, really creates a unique environment as a refuge, as a calm center in the midst of the busy activities of downtown. And it's just one more example, really, of the different offerings the library brings. Another, for example, is the Martin Luther King Jr. Auditorium, the public rooms on the second floor above that. Those are all accessed separately and really reinforce the multifunction quality of the library as a real community center. Back in the beginning, Greg Mullen made it clear to us that, he did not see the library as a place to keep books. In fact, he wanted the books out in the community. He wanted people to use the resources of the library, to take advantage of what it offers. And that led us to really think seriously about how we could make the things that people actually use in the building the focus of our design and our thinking and our use of the project resources and the budget. And in that regard, we were, I think, greatly inspired by the tradition, you might say, of Scandinavian modern design. That kind of modernism blends aesthetics and elegance with a deep concern for how people use things, for ergonomics, for human dimensions, for comfort, and for durability and functionality. And that, in our minds, really, really reflects what you want in a library space. You want things that people can use over and over throughout the years as a very, very much used public building. And so that inspiration, I think, really gives the kind of light, contemporary character, timeless character that the library has both inside and out. Another big inspiration was the high ambition for sustainability and longevity. This was meant to be a 100-year building. Um, that was reflected in a number of things. One remarkable event was the city council voted to increase the budget. So instead of having an all stucco exterior, we could have a more civic quality, durability with precast concrete, which turned, I think, into a wonderful design. And just as one example of how we fit the building in with the environment, the colors, the two colors of the precast very, very accurately match the color of the sand on the beach, both in its dry version and in its wet state. And that, I think, is something, it's an example of one of the more subtle ways that the building just fits into its environment and says, this is Santa Monica. That sustainability effort was greatly supported by the work we did with our mechanical engineers at Siska and Hennessy Group and our sustainability consultant, CTG Energetics. They really contributed greatly to how we use building systems, how we integrated what's called a raised floor, which brings air, underfloor air that allows you to have a huge volume of fresh air, of outdoor air coming into the building. And I think we know today how much more important that is than we ever would have imagined. And then, our structural engineers, Nabi Youssef, really assisted us in creating a very straightforward but very innovative mix of structural systems that really fit the shape of the building and allowed us to generate the slopes and the volumes and the spaces we were trying to create. And I think that teamwork carried over from design into construction with Morley Builders in what's now called a design build team. We, the designers, the architects, the engineers, and the builders were joined together in an intimate team using our mix of talents and our different perspectives and experience to solve all the problems and really take the design to a very, very high level while respecting the budget, because we knew the city council wasn't going to increase it again. And this was a tremendous, tremendous opportunity. So I think, again, the way this project integrates with the community, the way people are invited to participate in the building. And here you see a shot of my then 5-year-old son who did a video presentation of the library, sitting in the courtyard reading a paper. This, in many ways, is the spirit of the library, is a place that people can call home, that they can come to for a variety of different uses and find and discover new things in a wonderful, flexible, humanistic environment. So those are some of the many reasons that we're very, very proud of the building and extremely proud to be part of this celebration. And again, we offer our very hearty congratulations to the city and to the library. Looking forward to the next 15, 20, or 50 years. Thank you.